Laundry day, laundry day, laundry. Oh, hello, I didn't see you there. Hi guys, my name is Karen. I'm a filmmaker and it's a scary time, so I can't stop making films, and I have a lot of knowledge about prepping, staying home, and all that stuff. So today we're going to learn how to do laundry in your bathtub if you don't have a washer and dryer at home and you can't leave your house. So I'm filling up my bathtub, and a couple things to think about. One, make sure you've showered before you do this, just because you might need to hang up some stuff like all around your shower, and you're just going to want to know that you don't need to like move it all before you go take a shower. So yeah, I took a shower last night, so I'm good to go. The other thing I did was I gave it a quick scrub, and just with some Dawn soap and an old like sponge, and now I'm filling it up. I basically made a pile of laundry that I want to do. I'm prioritizing like socks, underwear, comfy clothes, because I'm going to be at home and I don't really need to wear going out clothes. So I have filled up the tub with very hot water because I want to get all the germs killed. And yeah, let's go for it. Okay, I'm hoping this isn't too much. Let's do a little bit more. That just, I don't know. We're winging it here. Basically, we're making wine. We're making a, a little clothes. Oh, this is really hot. Ha! Let's check out my feet, actually. They are very red from the hot water. Whoopsie. Okay, I've put in a little bit of cold water. And yeah, just gonna... Wow, the water is so dirty already. I guess we don't know what goes on in our washing machines. What I'm gonna do now is kind of just like go through these pieces and with a little bit of extra soap, just kind of like scrub them all, especially like the places where like you really need stuff to come out, like the pits or pits of like a t-shirt or whatever. Just like really clean these clothes. Try not to show you my underwear. Basically, the way I got started with a bunch of these Homesteader kind of things, it's a very funny, spiteful story. My boyfriend at the time, like 4 years ago, now my ex-boyfriend, and I were talking, and he was like, oh, you know, when the apocalypse happens, I can see myself just kind of like walking through the forest with my dog. And at that point, we'd been together 3 years, we lived together, and I was like, haha, where am I? And he was like, I don't think you'd make it. And whether or not he was joking, that was really rude. Anyway, I got really offended and I was like, excuse me, I would run a cult. And then I got to thinking like, okay, well, what actual like real life skills do I have? Like if there was an apocalypse and we started like banding together and creating teams, like what would be my superpower? At the time, I was a filmmaker, I was a comedian. I mean, I still am. But like, that's all I was, you know, I did improv. And so I was like, okay, what actually can I do? I could sew, I could cook, but that was kind of it. I mean, I was very crafty. I've been upcycling crafts, like using trash to make jewelry and things like that since I was little. And so I had the skills to be creative and to make stuff and to like, whatever. But I started by growing my own food, or at least learning how to grow my own food. At the time I was living in an apartment, we didn't have a balcony, and I just started researching like permaculture. I don't know how I came across it. It was some random Facebook video, I think. And yeah, basically like I just couldn't get enough. Like I was just researching like how to take care of yourself, like off the grid or like almost not on the grid. So basically, yeah, like in the last 3 or 4 years, I have a garden now. I grow a lot of my own food. I've been a zero waster for like a year, and that's been going really well, honestly. Like it started out as an experiment to like figure out what I could do without and how I could reduce my impact on the earth. Honestly, it's coming in handy a lot with this virus because I've been sick for a week and I've stayed home and I'll be staying home for another week to 2 weeks, depending on what happens. So I decided to start this series, and yeah, I mean, please let me know like what you want me to talk about. I have a lot of skills, I have a lot of knowledge, I have a lot of tips. Big one, I think, next episode I'm going to do is probably food waste, because we really need to keep our food like lasting as long as possible, so as not to run out, but then also not to storm the systems, which might, people are panic buying and there might not be as much food available. So I would rather keep the food that I have bought, save the money, not have to buy new food, and get through this without needing the system as much as possible. So basically that's the goal of this series, is to decrease our need of the system. It's very punk rock, it's very anti-establishment, whatever. But it's cool. Like I'm a positive person, and I really think that there's a lot of beauty in this world, and it's also really scary, but like what I can do, what I can offer is my knowledge. One more thing about this laundry before I drain this and kind of wring everything out and hang it up. Make sure that you don't wash all of your laundry, because this can take 1 to 2 days to dry, depending on if it's raining where you are, if you need to keep it inside, how hot it's going to be, whatever. So just be prepared with stuff to wear. So I'm going to drain this and we'll see what's up. Okay, so I am now kind of wringing everything out, then just getting all the as much soap and as much dirty water out of the clothes as possible, and then I'm going to fill up the bath again, probably with more hot water just to be safe, and then wring everything out one more time. One note on how to wring things out: you don't really want to be pulling like this, because if you've got knit fabrics, it's gonna stretch them out, and it's over time it's not gonna be good. So what I would recommend is kind of balling it up a little bit more, and more let me find a good example. Let's say this towel, just kind of balling it up and more squeezing, and less wringing like that. So yeah, that would be my tip. Okay, one more thought. This is hard. It's a workout. My arms are sore. I don't go to the gym, so I'm a weakling, but yeah, this is a workout. So if you're missing the gym, if you really like going to the gym and you really want to work out, this is perfect. You will have core strength, you'll have arm strength, you'll just be strong. Strong knowing that you've done your own laundry, by hand. Oh. So I've been I filled it back up with hot water, and I kind of did this all over, and look, it's still dirty. So I'm glad that I did it a second time. And I feel confident enough that when I drain this, it'll be clean enough to wear. Here's my laundry. Okay, everything is squeezed out, and I get to finally use this thing, which I got at IKEA. It's $15. Yeah, I put it in the bathtub because I didn't want to have to deal with putting a towel down, which you would need to if you use one of these things, because it would drip. Or if you have access to an outdoor area, you can just put it outside in the sun. But unfortunately in LA right now, it is going to be raining for the next week. So I'm doing it inside, and we'll just see how long it takes to dry. So that's how you do laundry in a bathtub. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll post another one of these soon.
Happy quarantine, everybody!